Are you wondering how to use brain rewiring tools to help with all kinds of things like chronic fatigue syndrome, sensitivities, mold illness, mast cell activation syndrome, SIBO, Lyme, and a whole lot more? Well, maybe you've poured hundreds and even thousands of dollars into supplements and expensive detox protocols and labs, only to feel like they're barely making a dent. I totally get it. I've been there. I know that exact same isolating feeling when your own body feels like it's a temple more than a minefield, and you control your diet, your home, your entire schedule with military precision, only to get knocked down by a random flare that makes absolutely no sense. The brain fog, the gut issues, the anxiety, and that miserable, relentless cycle. But what if I told you that for many of us, a huge piece of the puzzle isn't just our mast cells, but it's the brain's reaction to them? And what if the key wasn't another supplement, but a set of powerful tools that you already have access to? And it's just literally waiting to be switched on. And in this video, I'm going to share 3 simple but profound brain rewiring secrets that help me calm the chaos and dramatically reduce my flares. And let me be clear here. These aren't magic pills. They're practical, science-backed tools that you can start using today. So stick with me, because the 3rd secret was the real game changer for me, and I think it could be for you too. So I'm just really excited about all this because, for years my life was just shrinking. And I went from being a really active social person to someone who was afraid to eat, afraid to go out, and, living with constant anxiety about the next reaction. And my list of safe foods dwindled down to just 2 foods at one time. And I had so many binders just, that I was on, and all these labs. And, my cabinets look like a supplement store. But my doctors, they were helpful, but no one actually had an answer for what was going on. So I remember hitting rock bottom. I felt completely hopeless and defeated, like a prisoner in my own body. And that desperation led me down a late night research rabbit hole where I discovered the undeniable link between the nervous system and the immune cells. And this was my light bulb moment. I realized the problem wasn't just my mast cells in isolation. There was my entire system that was stuck on high alert. Basically, it was stuck in fight or flight mode. So I shifted my focus. Instead of managing these triggers, I started actively retraining my brain, regulating my nervous system. And it was not an overnight fix. Let me be clear about that. But slowly and consistently, things started to change. And these flares became less frequent, less intense. And then I started reintroducing foods I hadn't touched in years. And I really started living again. And that's what I want for you too. So, you may be wondering how this works. So I want to use the analogy that I love. Imagine your body's security system is like a super sensitive car alarm, and a healthy alarm only goes off when someone's actually trying to break in. But with a condition like mast cell activation syndrome, it's like the alarm has gone haywire, and it shrieks if a leaf falls on the windshield or the wind blows too hard. And our bodies, the nervous system, is the control panel for the alarm. So when we're under constant chronic stress, which, it could be physical, emotional, or environmental, our nervous system can get stuck in that fight or flight mode. In this state, the brain is constantly scanning for danger, and these signals through nerves and stress hormones can then contribute to our mast cells overreacting and releasing these histamine and inflammatory mediators, causing all kinds of mast cell activation symptoms. So brain rewiring is simply teaching the process of your nervous system to dial down that chronic danger signal and shift back into the parasympathetic state, which is the rest and digest, where healing and regulation happens. So it's all about recalibrating your nervous system so that car alarm won't go off all the time, and it only happens when there's a real threat. And this actually calms down our mast cells so that they stop overreacting. So yeah, I want to get into this real quick. So secret number 1 is all about using your imagination to create a powerful feeling of safety in your body. And it's called visualization or guided imagery. And it works because our brains often can't tell the difference between something we vividly imagine and something that's really happening. And we can use this to our own advantage to intentionally flip the switch to calming our nervous system. So when you feel a flare coming on, your body is in this state of threat and protection. And this exercise can give your brain concrete sensory evidence of safety, which can help dial down the stress response driving that reaction. So this practice itself is an active sensory experience. It involves bringing, your mind to a place like a real or imaginary where you can feel completely safe and at ease, and this becomes your personal safe place. So the key is to not just think about the place, but to, use your senses. And, you would imagine the colors and the light and the sounds of the waves or the crackling fire, feeling of the sun on your skin or a soft blanket, or even the scent of pine or salt in the air. So by spending a few moments soaking in that imagined sensory input, you can feel the sense of calm wash all over you. And you're building these new neural pathways of safety, and then, you can use this anytime you feel dysregulated. And the more you practice this when you're feeling good, it's easier to, get access to it when you really need it. So if you're telling your brain, even though my body is sending danger signals, I can create and feel safety right now. And over time, this helps lower your nervous system's baseline threat level. So secret number 2 is one of the most direct ways to hit the brakes on a stress response. And it involves, a specific kind of a breath work that stimulates the nervous system, and specifically the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is a superhighway of your body's rest and digest calming system. When it's activated, it slows your heart rate, and it sends calming signals throughout your entire body, which can help regulate that immune response. So you can think of that as, a built-in brake pedal for your body's stress alarm. So for many of us with chronic conditions, that brake pedal can be a bit weak or unresponsive, and that's what's called low vagal tone. And the great news is we can actually strengthen it. So one of the easiest ways is to slow down your breath, where your exhale is longer than your inhale. And this specific pattern is proven to engage the vagus nerve. For instance, a simple pattern to follow would be a slow inhale through the nose for a count of 4, and then followed by a longer, slower exhale for a count of 6. And it's important that the breath comes from the belly and not the chest. So even practicing this just for 2 to 3 minutes can create a subtle shift. And that feeling, it can help ground you and relax your entire body. When you start to feel this, if you start to practice this at the first sign of a flare, it can be your first line of defense, and it can send a direct message to your brain to turn down the volume of those mast cells alarm bells. And just practicing this daily, even when you feel good, helps build up vagal tone, making your whole system more resilient. And now I want to go over the third secret, which was the one that honestly tied everything together for me, and it's really just gentle movement. And I know that you're thinking that when you have mast cell activation syndrome, that the word exercise can be terrifying. But, for the longest time, I just avoided movement, which really only made me feel worse. So the key isn't to avoid movement, it's to find the right kind of movement. So what's really powerful is gentle movement. And this can be things like walking in nature or Christian yoga, or even just slow, deliberate stretching. And this helps regulate the nervous system by teaching you to stay present in your body without panic. And you might, notice sensations without judgment. And this can help relieve stored stress in the body. So for me, I loved Christian yoga. It combined physical benefits with slow, gentle movement, with a spiritual focus that feels incredibly grounding. So it's not about these perfect poses or pushing your limits. It's about connecting your breath to motion with an intention of peace. So these simple exercises can really help. But, for instance, the breath work is really powerful because it really does help when you calm down your breath, and you just you start retraining your body to just relax in the midst of these stressors. It can really, really help when your symptoms spiral. And, it can prove to your brain that movement can be safe and gentle, and that helps you slowly your body to build resilience without setting off the alarm. So I do want to talk about the elephant in the room. When I first heard about all this, I was really skeptical, and I thought, great, are you saying this is all in my head? But I want to be 100% clear here. Absolutely not. Mast cell activation syndrome is a very real physical condition. Your symptoms are real, and your pain is real. But brain rewiring isn't about pretending that you aren't sick. It's about acknowledging that your nervous system is the master control unit for your entire body, including your immune system. So think of these tools as a powerful complement to medical care and medications, and it can really help you manage your stress levels. It's not a replacement for prescriptions and things like that, but it's an added layer of support. So we're working from the top down to create a calmer internal environment that promotes regulation and reduces reactivity. And it does take time and consistency. Some days are going to be better than others, and that's perfectly okay. So just be gentle with yourself because you're unlearning years of sensitized stress responses, and it takes time. But these tools gave me back a sense of control over my entire health. And so I just want to let you know that, this is really powerful. But if this message speaks to you and you're looking for extra support, I'd absolutely love to have you check out our Recovery System program. It's a clear, step-by-step system that walks you through exactly what to focus on each and every single day, so you can confidently take manageable and intentional steps forward to breaking free from those chronic symptoms. So in our program, we help you step-by-step overcome these negative thinking patterns, including core beliefs that could be keeping you stuck. So if you're like me and you place a high value on your time and you want a healing path that's strategic and effective, then this program is definitely for you. So if you're ready to calm down the chronic stress response and lower your symptoms and start maybe bringing things back into your life that you've been forced to avoid, like eating at your favorite restaurants or exercising without a crash, driving again, traveling, or even going back to work full time, then this program is for you. So when you join, you're going to get 6 months into a private Facebook group, and this is where you can ask unlimited questions to me and my team. It doesn't matter if you have 1 or if you have 70. Those questions are going to get answered. And you're going to get customized coaching and all the guidance that you need to finally break free from those chronic symptoms. Things like chronic fatigue, sensitivities, mold illness, SIBO, Lyme disease, and a whole lot more. So if you're tired of trying to do this alone and you're ready for lasting change, then just book your free discovery call, and I'll put it in the link in the description. And really on that call, we're just going to, see what's keeping you stuck. And we'll create a personalized plan to keep you moving forward. And these spots are limited because we intentionally keep the groups kind of small to give you personalized attention. So, yeah, inside the program, people see shifts within a couple of weeks by doing these tips, plus many other things that we teach in the program. We've had a lot of clients reverse all kinds of things from digestive issues, food sensitivities, reverse, labs, normalize sleeping again, and, just realize that full rewiring to the point where symptoms are completely gone, that can take time. That can take at least 6 months. So please be patient with yourself and start working towards rewiring your mind for Christ by shifting your focus today. So if you're looking to get the best tips for rewiring your brain to get healthy and start living again, and this is all from a Christian perspective, then just join our free Facebook group, and the link will be in the description as well. So yeah, I'd love to help you if you're interested in having us, rewire your brain so you can get healthy and happy again. Then schedule a free call below, and I look forward to hearing from you, and God bless you.